Hello, everyone. So I'm really excited because Canada just announced they're gonna increase their minimum wage to $15 an hour. And I've been public about this. I've never made over $13 an hour. So I'm really happy. But I decided to go to the opposite route for this video, and that's why it's named Three Reasons the Minimum Wage Increase is Bad. First off, the first reason the minimum wage increase is bad is because companies no longer use systems, and I'm talking big companies, aren't using systems that are fair to employees, such as unions and internal wage negotiations. Rather, companies are now in a place where they're just going to minimum wage or a little bit above that and calling it a day for wages. Everyone gets paid the same flat wage, and that doesn't work. Uh, so that's one reason I don't like it. The second reason is okay, you should be paying more to hire a college graduate than you're paying to hire someone with just a high school diploma. And I'm not saying we should discriminate against hiring, but yeah, a college graduate should not be sitting in a call center 40 hours a week making 11.50. That's ridiculous. You should be paying more and you should be expanding what they do. And if not, this minimum wage increase is a very suitable result to the problem of hiring overqualified employees with massive debt. So that's another problem is that college educated individuals should have been making more. The last issue with the minimum wage increase and why it's bad is, well, on the small business side, this does make the operations of the small business harder. They have to change their offers, they have to raise employee wages, maybe eliminate jobs. Uh, and that's a real problem right now. I'm not saying there is an automation problem with jobs because, plain and simple, we have tech tards in Canada. And I'm going to use that expression more, and some people aren't going to like it because it sounds discriminatory. But when I say tech tard, I mean someone who's technologically illiterate. Oh, computers aren't really my thing. It's 2017, but oh well. No, tech tards are never gonna prefer the automated way of doing business. So I'm just not that afraid of it. And besides that, you have tech tards in the government who are gonna fight changing regulations around automation at every corner. I'm a little bit of a tech tard like this. I don't want them to legalize self driving cars. Uh, but yeah, basically, the fact that we needed to go as far to negotiate a minimum wage hike is bad, and I do largely blame the big economic players in Canada, Rogers Communications, Tim Hortons, Walmart. I do blame them. I blame them for sitting there with millions, thousands of employees sitting there at a subpar wage uh, when economies in Canada are really beginning to suffer. Ideally, they switch to a system where employees negotiate their wages internally. That probably won't happen. So, what you're going to see is people in a constant negotiation with the government. Guess what? The union may be dead in a lot of workplaces, but the government's going to be the new union if we're not careful. And it shouldn't be like that. Companies should be responsible and have internal negotiations within the workplace. I mean, I haven't even, I've worked call centers my entire life. I've never even had the right to strike, protest what my business is doing. In fact, I've been fired for doing that. So the absence of unions in the workplace clearly has a massive effect. I should have never been fired. I should have been able to go through a union and say I was using freedom of speech. Bingo. But no, I've been fired for protesting. And I wouldn't do it anymore. It's not worth it. Basically, yeah, this is why it's a bad thing. And guess what? Companies that don't want unions, the government's your union. So smarten the F up, or we're going to keep turning to the government to change workplace regulations when we should just be going inside the company. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. Subscribe in the description below to the Toronto Business Sphere. Bye.